So many of you have asked about my writing space. Let me give you a quick tour. Sam is always part of that writing space, wherever it happens to be. If it's on the screen porch or it's here in my writing office, but today it's the writing office. He's really not stuffed, I promised. He's alive. Oh, there we go. Hi. Hi there. Okay, go back to sleep now. That's just a look, if you can ever see it. And see, cats are usually in my room too. That's JR. You see, I keep cat beds near my writing desk because you can't write without cats and dogs surrounding you, obviously. So anyway, yes, Sam just sighed. He's very tired of me doing this. This is unlike my 7th version of this video because I can't get it quite right. Hi, everybody. Anyway, all right, let's see if I can do it right this time. Okay, so coming into my office, wide span view there. Behind here, behind the door, you'll see this beautiful needlepoint that was done by a reader years ago. She brought several of these to a conference, and I had the honor of getting one. She's on another plane of existence now, probably doing beautiful and wonderful things there as well. This is my closet where I keep my reader copies. That's when you ask for me for a signed book. This is where they come from. Moving over here to my dresser. This is where I keep my keeper shelf writing books like Stephen King's on writing and the things about punctuation and things like that. We all know I love my certain movie and TV series, so I've got my Jane from Firefly, my Thor, my Jax from Sons of Anarchy. I'm a selective Eeyore collector. I don't collect every Eeyore I see, but I am a fan of the little guy, and so my brother and sister-in-law get me one for Christmas each year. Here's Mal, and this is an amazing mask that was made for me by a reader at the Gatlinburg conference. I think that was either RomFest or RomCon. But it has lots of my different books and stuff. She's done that, what do you call it, the Mod Podge or on it. That's just amazing. Anyway, so just different things, like there's a star made of Vampire Queen Servants pages. There's another Thor. I have a Thor thing going on. A little paddle from the Sexy Sassy conference, because of course I had to have one of those. So anyway, and a little canvas from the Authors After Dark conference. But you'll see as I pan around, there are some of you who will recognize the things in this room as things readers have given me over the years. I keep them here for a creative inspiration to remind me that what my readers expect of me and what I want to give to them, because I always like to remember that the important thing is telling the story the way it's meant to be told. It's not the marketing and the business end of things, even though I have to pay my bills. If that other part isn't in there, there's really no point to me doing it. It's got to be something that fulfills my soul and reaches out and connects with the readers. So I thank you, those of you who have given me things to put in this room to remind me of that. That is not a request for other people to send me gifts. It's just telling you thank you for yeah, and you may not realize that that gift has served that purpose. Anyway, so going on. My sister-in-law had made this beautiful little thing for me, with me and my mother, because everything in this room has personal meaning to me in so many ways, and because that all feeds the creativity. Like the Chinese lantern, yeah, I guess it's Chinese. The lantern scene from Tangled. Love that scene. Beauty and the Beast, the TV series. Loved that growing up. I was always into fantasy, so I have this picture that Mom gave me after I got out of college. It's gorgeous with the unicorn and well, actually it's kind of a mermaid unicorn and a mermaid, so it kind of connects to my Mermaid's Kiss series, my Daughters of Ariane series. As we know, animal welfare has always been a big deal in my life, and when I was in college, we rescued 3 puppies from in front of a grocery store, and this was them on the floor of our dorm room after we took a shower, basically gave them a bath in the communal shower. And one of the ladies who rescued them with me, she was a watercolor artist, so she did this picture of them. I just love the simplicity of it. And I think that reflects in kind of my books about how my artists, the type of art they do, is that something that always speaks emotionally to the viewer. Over here, again, the unicorn love and the love of fantasy. This was on my wall as a teenager. Michael Hague artwork, kept that one. And on that same note, you'll notice that like I have Marguerite's fascination with Japanese tea ceremony. We have Lissa and from the Vampire Queen series, and her love of Japanese cherry blossoms and things like that. My mom found this picture when I was little and put it up on my wall. I probably was 9 or 10 years old. And I think she got it because I loved animals, always loved animals, and so she liked the little girl with the bird and the dog. But I really believe the reason that Japanese influence is in my stories, or Asian influence, has been because of this picture, because the aesthetics of it just always captivated me. I loved it, and I've kept it all these years. So as a result, that has been reflected in my, I think that and the Shogun miniseries with, what was his name? Oh, the main guy who played in it. I can't remember it now, but you guys all, I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, so over here, bookcase with awards. Up here, my possum who goes with me to conferences. This is where he stays when he's not at a conference. These are all his buddies. Let's see, Dreamcatcher up there. And then nature spirits here. For when I embraced the Wiccan faith, I did a lot of collecting of nature spirit type art. And then down here, one version of each of my books. I try to keep those, even though that's kind of hard sometimes because we're starting with self-publishing. There's several different versions of the same titles, but I am still trying to keep at least one version of each. And some additional research writing books at the bottom there. All right, moving back there. I stopped at the window here briefly. Bird feeder, because it's always fun to watch the birds. Sun catchers, gorgeous day. That's why my only JR's was in here, because the other cats are out on the screen porch sunning. My wonderful original fan forum administrators sent me that beautiful mermaid there. All right, now moving over finally to the writing desk. It's just a folding table here, basically. This wonderful wooden thing my husband made on it to help protect my wrists. And I got a little footstool on the bottom, and then my current version of the chair I sit in, because I'm always changing out chairs for my back and hips for whatever's most comfortable. And right now it's this particular chair, which I think the duct tape really helps. And I got my little Reddy sweater on the back that I've had for years that my mother hated. She wanted it to be burned. I'm kind of surprised she hasn't figured out a way to, make it burst into flames spontaneously from the afterlife, but I'm sure she's working on that. Anyhow, final thing in here. This is above my writing desk. I keep turning things. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I don't want to make you guys sick. But anyway, as you pan down, you'll see it just has a variety of things on it. They're, again, things from readers, things I've picked up, things that give me kind of a creative focus when I'm sitting at my computer thinking through scenes. And like one thing I got to do here to show you particularly, this is something that one of my Facebook ladies did. She's an amazing artist, Mary D. And it was after I wrote Vampire's Claim, and this was kind of an homage to Danny and Dev's story in Australia in the 1950s, kind of their spread. And it was just amazing. You can see that's a thumbtack, so you can tell how tiny the detail is in that. It's just astounding. I don't know how she does it. Anyway. So there we go. That's pretty much my writing space here. I hope you enjoyed the journey to look around, and let me know if you have any questions about it.